All right, track number 7, sequence 7.
Yeah.
Floyd.
Yes, that is Floyd. This one, this one we did on we at some point. I think when we got to four I think it was four, we skipped ahead. We did nine because we were really excited about nine, and then we doubled back. But at some point we got to, I don't know, we got out of order. We were going in order and then we stopped going in order. But sequence seven was the very last one that we did. Yeah, it's me. Um, yeah, we this was the very last one we did. Ahmed had to go to Vegas for something that same day, so we woke up extra early and just like immediately jumped in. The way that we would pretty much start every day was we would just listen to the song all the way through, and then Ahmed would just kind of start to layer like extra guitars, basically, like usually acoustic guitars. He has like a couple different acoustics. um he's got one with like nylon strings. He's got like an old janky one that doesn't sound good, but like, or doesn't play well, but it sounds cool, let's just
Uh,
say. um and then, the guitar that I used also didn't sound that good, but it was fun to play, So a lot of the like main rhythm guitar is this like guitar that I got in LA, and again, it was not like the greatest guitar ever, but like it was fun, and it was good for a time. Um but this one, I think is a bit of a stretch as far as the concept, but um I think for me, a song or like a band that has always been sort of like a point of reference is Sixpence None the Richer. They got that song, Kiss Me.
mm.
Na, 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 na. It's just like the epitome of nostalgia. It's like, that song was in so many
So
movies,
many
and
movies.
yeah, and it kind of creates that kind of warm blanket feeling, Um, and so this song, uh, the original version, it it's got a lot of edges, obviously. The verses kind of have this like Latin-y kind of feeling to them, and then the chorus is just like an absolute ripper. Um, and so I wanted to make this song feel like a hug. I wanted this song to feel a little more um like inviting, a little more approachable. And I wanted to give it like, less of an edge and more of like you're gonna just like sit in your car and listen to the whole thing, and think about, you know like your dead pet or
Yes.
something, or just just getting your feelings, really. um and I don't know, like, I think when we were recording it, it was so quick. You know what I mean? Like, we only had so much time. I think we got most of this one done in about 3 hours. Um, and I had done the vocals, like, and the guitars ahead of time. I remember I just put like a ton of reverb on the vocals. I was just like, just loaded up with reverb, and I made the vocals sound kind of dark. Like, usually on these tracks, like the vocals are trying to cut through, and these ones I kind of gave it more of like a rounded, like mellow, soft kind of sound, and then really dark reverb. Um, and everything that's built around it is kind of just to support this warmth. You know what I mean? All the sounds are just very like, um, I'm not gonna say warm again and again and again, but like that was just kind of
It
the
is what it is. That's just
it is
warmth,
what it is. Yeah, I wish there was another word. But yeah, we were working fast, and I think it came together really cool. I spent a little bit more time on this one, um, after I decided it was gonna be the single. I I actually had ideas. I was gonna add more background vocals, and I actually wanted like a female voice
Oh,
on
that'd
this
be
song,
interesting.
like a duet, and then I just kinda like didn't do it. Um I kinda wish I did. That was probably the only thing that I wish I had done on this whole project, is I wish that I had, like, gotten in touch with somebody who could have sang on this, but,
Yeah, that'd be
um,
interesting.
yeah, maybe it's still a thing, I don't know. I could release like a bonus version one day,
Have you ever
but
had a duet in your songs before like that? I was gonna say.
Mm-mm. No, I think I haven't really had any other voices on any of my albums. It's just been me,
Yeah.
for the most part. Um, but yeah, that's okay. I think there's gonna be some room for that on the next project, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the next project even more collaborative than even this one.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna say, like, I mean, obviously you open things up in the collaborative manner on this one. Like, is that going to be a continuing thing? Like, you're gonna keep seeing what else you can do with these collabs and working with other people?
I hope so. Yeah, at least in some capacity. I think there's always going to be like it's always going to be majority me.
Yeah.
But I think after doing this and working with Ahmed and Micah, especially, it's like just being able to see that other people's contributions can really enhance the stuff that I already have. Even working on Destroyer, that was really the first time that I worked with somebody on any of my music, like in a more kind of like intimate way. Like
Mm.
J Moss was the guy who um, co-produced and engineered this album, or Destroyer with me, and he had a lot of great ideas. I think I owe him a lot of credit, as far as like those songs coming together the way that they did. Um, because he comes from that world that I was sort of dipping my toes into, the kind of post-hardcore um sound, like that's kind of his bread and butter, really. And I was like, I had 90% of it there, and the 10% that he added to each song is what made them, I think, like kind of just brought them right up to where they needed to be, whether it been, certain guitar parts, or, like really pushing me vocally as well. Like, I think he really was like, okay, well, I can see that you're a great singer and that you have the ability to do this, but like, let's go a little bit further,
Mm.
and, we wouldn't move on from a part until he got the take from me that he wanted, you know, and, I respected that. I thought that was cool.
I mean, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need somebody who's gonna maybe hear things a little bit differently than you to like add that little extra.
Yeah, yeah. I also pushed him though, because there's certain spots on that album where like I wanted the I wanted the songs to feel a little looser. And he's a very on the grid kind of producer, you know. Um and for like maybe the end of Swimming, where like there's that kind of spot that like it slows down and like it kind of falls apart. And I was like, we can just turn the click off for that part. And he's like, no, we can't. And I'm like, yes, we totally can. He's like, no. And then he just sat there and he like automated the click to slow down with the song. He's like, I gotta have it this way. It's gotta be this way for my sanity.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever, that makes sense. Like, if you can do it and it makes sense to you, that's totally fine. But there were just like a lot of things where like I would be like, well, let's do it this way. And he was like, that's weird. I'm like, but this is gonna be good for the album though. So we definitely pushed each other and it was good.
I mean, friction leads to magic a lot of times. Like a little. You need a little of
Iron
that.
sharpens iron. Yeah.
Absolutely. Obviously, you also shot a video for this as it's the lead single, as it's pulled up right
Yeah.
here that we're gonna watch. So again, why this video? Why this choice of single?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I already had this idea when I did Destroyer for, doing this kind of Where's Floyd like thing. Um, there's a whole kind of thing with this song. When I wrote Floyd, um, Floyd is actually a friend of mine. His name is Steven, actually, but his last name is Floyd. And we used to be in a band together back in, I think, 2013, 2012. And when I wrote this song, I was like, this is something that Steven would write on guitar. I'm like, this is like, these are very like Steven inspired voicings, and just these parts to me remind me of like that old band that we used to be in. And so the working title was Floyd. I just
Mm.
called it that just so I could identify it in all my demos, and I never changed the name. Um, obviously the song doesn't have anything to do with Floyd. I don't say that in any part of the song, but like it just kind of is what it is. Um, I lost touch with him like a long time ago. Like I moved, he moved. We all we kind of drifted apart. Um, we were talking on WhatsApp for a while because he lived in Australia for a little bit. Um, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him. I don't know what he's up to nowadays. Um, and so this kind of "Where's Floyd" idea was like, I don't know where he's at. I would love to show him this song,
Yeah.
but I can't find him, you know? So that was kind of the inspiration for the video. It's like we're trying to find Floyd, you know? Um, and I didn't wanna blow up his spot. I didn't use a picture of him on the flyer. I just did an
Yeah.
older picture of me and all that. But, originally, I did have a picture of him, and I was like,
Maybe a
maybe
little what?
not. Maybe that might be pushing it." But, yeah, it's kind of an inside joke, honestly. And then the video itself, I don't know. At this point in my career, I try not to like assign meaning to every single thing, because ultimately people are going to put their own meanings on things
Yep.
anyway. So it's not really my job to assign meaning to everything, So the video itself, it's like, I think it's pretty clear, like what's going on, and it's funny. I wanted it to be kind of like a little humorous, a little bit like, mostly just cinematic, but like I really kind of just wanted it to be kind of goofy and not that serious. Um, and we made this in about 9 hours, I think. My friend Jordan Price came down from Des Moines and shot it for me. And it's just him and I. We just kind of shot it run and gun style. I got that bike in the background for $30 from like a thrift store. It's like an actual like old like 70s Schwinn, which was kind of cool. But that was kind of like my main prop for the video. And then we obviously made the flyers and um the outfit that I'm wearing, this post office shirt is an
Yeah.
actual real one that I found in the garbage when I lived in LA.
Okay.
Um, and it's like, I mean, I'm clearly not like a post office, what do they call 'em, mailman? I'm not a mailman.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, but, like, I just thought it was kind of a funny, quirky touch, that I would be dressed like a mailman, hanging up flyers.
Looking
Um,
for Floyd.
yeah, looking for Floyd. There was kind of an original part of my, treatment was I was gonna actually go up to people and, like, talk to them, and we were gonna get, like, this kinda, like, POV footage of me talking to people, but, I'm glad we didn't do that because that would have, A, taken way longer, and B, like, I just actually didn't feel like talking to people that day. So, um, people did approach us while we were shooting, and they were like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, "We're shooting a video," and they're like, what are you shooting a video for? Are you like a artist or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, sing something for us." I'm like, "I'm not gonna do that." And they're like, "Well, why not?" And it's like, "'Cause I don't want to." Like,
Like, why aren't
I'm
you
in the middle of
performing on demand?
yeah, I don't know why people think that they can just, like, demand that
Isn't that
you
hilarious? Like,
sing for
yeah,
them. It's like, "No, I'm shooting
it's
a
like
video."
being a comedian. They're like, oh, I do comedy. All right, tell me a joke. It's like, bro,
Yeah, be
like, it
funny
doesn't
right
really
now.
work that way.
Yeah, it's super rude, but it is what it is. But yeah, this was, a really, really fun video to shoot, and I think it kinda reminds me a little bit of the first video that I shot, like, we did a video for Demon, like, way, way back in the day, and you know, that was also very run and gun. I didn't even know what the plot of the video was while we were shooting it, the guy I worked with, like, had it all planned out, and he just would tell me what we were doing. He's like, "It's gonna make sense once I edit it," and
Mhm.
I'm just doing whatever he's telling me to
Yeah.
do. This one I had actually written the treatment, so I directed it, but like we were just kind of making it up as we went for the most part, like, as far as like where we were shooting. Like I had a very short like list of places I wanted to go to shoot it. But sometimes we would like see something that was like interesting along the way and we'd stop, and like this location right here was something we just sort of saw from the street. We just stopped and shot real quick.
All right, we got a couple chats. Respect that hood saying Seven is so good. He loves the notes you hit. And then
Oh yeah.
Fabio asked your friend talking about Australia. So he said, didgeridoo song win.
Nice.
But all right, let's check this out. Sequence 7. Where's Floyd? Also, if you find Floyd, point them to this video and
have him reach out.
Yeah.
It's not weed, by the way. That's
I was
just
gonna
like
ask.
it's an herbal cigarette.
You said to me, so tongue-in-cheek, that you would love to leave this reality and float into a place where we are nothing more than stardust and energy. You wanted to smoke and chew, but I got too high and lost myself inside of you. You wanted to hold still, but I got too high and now I don't know what to do. You talk right through your teeth, yeah. It's subliminal, yeah. I stared at the sun for one whole week. You never let me know you were next to me. Well, I found out, well, just what I need. A place where you and I can just. You wanted to feel so good, but I let my body sinking down inside the mud. You wanted to hold still, but I lost my mind and now I'm so strung out on you. You talk right through your teeth, yeah. It's subliminal, yeah, yeah. The secrets that we keep. Look me in the eyes if you're not scared. Baby, baby, it's okay, yeah. Oh no, we don't see anything the same way. And I accept apologies ahead of time. And I've been down and on my knees like this is your time, yeah. It's safe to say the feeling goes both ways, but are you sure? It's safe to say the feeling goes both ways. You talk right through your teeth, yeah. It's subliminal, yeah, yeah. The secrets that we keep. It's safe to
we go. Wood
There you go.
called.
He called.
All right.
Yeah.
It said nice symmetry going on in the video. So one of the chatters loves the symmetry and like in the layout of the video, and I agree with them.
Yeah, thank you. We were doing kind of a Wes Anderson-esque thing for that one. It was,
Definitely see that. Keep everything kind of symmetrical. It's very.
Yeah. I think that was kind of, that was actually not the original idea. I wanted it to be kind of almost like it was shot on like a DV cam, or like make it real gritty, you know?
Yeah.
And it just like, I don't know, like we just ended up changing it like on the spot. I was like, why don't we actually just make it cleaner? You know, like after seeing some of the footage that Jordan was shooting with his gear, I was like, no, it should be clean. We should try to do it almost to make it look more like a short film or something, you know? I think
Yeah,
it was a
definitely
better
like
move.
that indie feel to it, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I think warm is a perfect description for the song as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I tried to you know, I try to tell a story with a lot of my visuals, you know, at least if it's, you know, like have some kind of subplot or something to keep you invested in what you're watching, not just like colors and vibe and stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong with that. I just think for me, it's like if I'm going to spend the time to watch something, it's like there's got to be something substantial about it.
Yeah, some hook to it, you know, some visual hook to it at least, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Great video.